Hi everyone, my name is Aisyah. I am with Women in Games Asia chapter, and I'm here to talk about a mentorship program that we are doing for this year. So without further ado, let me tell you more about who we are. So just in case you have never heard of us, Women in Games is a nonprofit organization. It was started in 2009 and it is based in the UK. And it's an organization that seeks to create a games industry and a culture that is free of gender discrimination and creating full equality of opportunity, treatment, and conditions when it comes to women and other marginalized genders in the games industry. Okay, wait, there we go. Just quick facts about Women in Games in general as an organization. It was founded in 2009, and back then, if I'm not mistaken, women only made up about like 6% of the overall global games industry. It has improved somewhat. In 2020, I think women make up about 22% of the overall makeup within the global games industry, but in a recent study, I think 15 of the top games companies do not have women within the executive leadership. So there's still a long way to go when it comes to advancing the position of women and other marginalized genders in the games industry. But we're getting there. The headquarters for Women in Games is in the UK, but the ambassadors range globally. And as a quick disclaimer, Women in Games, the abbreviation is WIGJ, where J used to stand for jobs. There is another organization, also nonprofit, also dedicated to Women in Games, that is WIGI, Women in Games International. This one is based in the United States. We are not affiliated with them, but yeah, just to let you guys know, there are two big organizations that we're dedicated to the same cause, but we're not affiliated. Okay. What has Women in Games done so far? So we have published literature. There is the Building a Fair Playing Field. It's about 150 pages long, but it has a lot of information about the sort of efforts that we do within the games industry, and also the WIG manifesto. So you can access these on the Women in Games website. They're up there for free. The PDFs are downloadable. Women in Games also has an ambassador program. So there are education ambassadors, career ambassadors, as well as the individual ambassador program. So that's what I signed up to. I'm one of the individual ambassadors under Women in Games. And there are also events organized throughout the year. So every year there is an event schedule that is released, and some of these events are ambassador only. So these are some of the events that were carried out throughout this year. So we've been busy. Right, so just to carry on into specifics, Women in Games Asia chapter is the first international chapter for Women in Games, the global organization. We're established here in Asia, and we are co-driving Women in Games mission within the region. And so, we're dedicated to the same mission that Women in Games is advancing. It was established in 2022 as the first chapter for Women in Games with a leadership team of about 7 people. That's me. And when we first began, there were only 13 individual ambassadors in the Asian region, but ever since we started growing, there are now, to date, 185 Women in Games ambassadors in the Asian region. So that's quite a big achievement. And ever since we've been established, we've been quite busy. So in 2023, there were quite a few things that we were doing. Last year, Women in Games had a booth, as well as we did a panel talk at Level Up KL. This year, we are looking into other endeavors, but a lot of the things that we have done so far are very focused on the individual ambassadors within their own regions. So now we want to do something that is cross-regional, that all of us can get involved in, and brings us to the mentorship program. So on the 7th of March, in conjunction with International Women's Day on the 8th of March, at the Women in Games Career Development and Networking Expo, we announced the launch of the Women in Games Mentorship Program. It is the first time we are ever doing a mentorship program. It is the first joint venture for Women in Games Asia. And to help run this program, we have a committee of people all over the Asian region. So Kahui, who is based in Singapore, is also the program director for Women in Games Asia chapter. Luna, who's based in Philippines, as well as Nisi in Philippines. And Sam is Malaysian, but she's based in Japan. Right, so because this is the first time we are ever doing a mentorship program, we wanted to keep the scope manageable and small. The committee, as you have seen, is only 5 people, and we're all based around the Southeast Asian region. So to keep the scope manageable, we decided to just keep it within 3 months, running from September to November this year. Our target audience, we narrowed it down to people who are new to the industry, so less than 5 working experience in the games industry, or people who are breaking into the industry, such as fresh graduates. We kept the regional scope to just within Southeast Asia for now, so we couldn't really expand into the rest of Asia with all the different time zones. Just to keep it manageable, since all of us are mostly based in Southeast Asia. And again, we wanted to limit the number of participants, so we limited it to just 10 mentor and 10 mentees, paired on a 1-to-1 basis, so just a total of 20 people involved in this pilot program so far. Okay, so how does the program work? How are we running it? As mentioned, we are pairing 1 mentor to 1 mentee, so that is a focused mentorship, so that one mentor does not have to divide their attention among several mentees. We have asked our mentors and mentees to dedicate at least 2 hours per month on one-on-one sessions. So this can be either done in person, if they're in the same country, or through a call virtually. But we have asked them at least 2 hours per month over the 3-month program. Please meet up and talk about the mentees' career goals. We also have tailored webinars to supplement these one-on-one sessions. And these are virtual workshops where we invite speakers to speak on certain topics that are relevant to the mentees' goals. And we have also partnered with games industry event organizers such as Ambok and Gamecoms Asia to give us complimentary passes to the mentors and the mentees, to the cohort within the mentorship program to attend Gamescom Asia and level up KL with complimentary passes as they are part of this program. Okay, so what we have done so far, this is an overall timeline of what the program is. As mentioned, we announced the program at the Women in Games Careers Development and Networking Expo on 7th March. We commenced mentor recruitment first from the 13th of May until the 5th of July, and we went through the applicants, the people who applied to be mentors. There were quite a few really impressive applicants. Some of them are CEOs of big companies. We have people from big companies such as MiHoYo, as well as Square Enix. We have CEOs of games companies who signed up, and after a process of interviews, we vetted through. It was very difficult to just narrow it down to 10 mentors, but we have our first batch of the mentor cohort for this year's mentorship program. And they are scattered all throughout the Southeast Asian region and also the East Asian region. We have Sarasa from Japan and also Rusa from Japan as well. She's working with Square Enix, so yeah. It's not a presentation without pie chart. So yay, a pie chart. And once we had already recruited our mentors, we proceeded with mentee applications and recruitment because we wanted to show the mentors that were available in the program and who the mentees could be paired with. So we commenced mentee recruitment from the 5th of July to the 26th of July. We had a total of 131 applications in total across 7 countries in Southeast Asia. So just some interesting statistics. The highest number of applicants came from Indonesia. Not surprising considering the size of the country, but Malaysia came in second with Philippines in third, so the highest number of applications came from, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, but we had applications from across Southeast Asia. It was a very hard, vetting through process to shortlist just 10 mentees for the program. We had some criteria that we referred to when it came to vetting through the mentees, but finally the very hard process of shortlisting just 10 mentees to be paired with the 10 mentors was finally done. If we could offer the program to even more people, we would, but again, the scope of the program had to be kept manageable. So these are the list of our mentees, and in fact, one of them is here today. She's working for Axola, so that's great. And as mentioned, another component of the mentorship program were these tailored webinars where we invited guest speakers to talk about the different focus topics for the mentees. So we started off the webinars with a kickoff call. We had Annette Gonzalez-Porter from Xbox to talk about the ID at Xbox Developer Acceleration Program. Then then the second webinar in September was done by Buzz from PlayStation Studios Malaysia to talk about introduction to the industry, where he covered topics such as how do you start a game studio, how do you find a job in the games industry, and how do you know what is the perfect job for you within the games industry. So we did that in September. The latest webinar that we just hosted was Building Career Resilience, done by Dr. JC Lau, who is the Senior Advanced Producer at Probably Monsters, and she talked about mostly like how do you survive this industry, especially in the current climate when things are starting to get more challenging. And this was probably useful information for the mentees who are about to embark within their first few steps into the journey into the games industry. And coming up next, this is actually going to be next week, next Saturday, we are having Cern from the President of Persian Republic, as well as Rina, the art director at Mojigan Studios. She's based in Jakarta. I think it was Jakarta, somewhere in Indonesia. They will be talking about the SEA opportunity, the Southeast Asian opportunity, where we can use our unique perspective as people from Southeast Asia in building our games, and how to infuse more of our unique Southeast Asian culture into our game building process. And things will wrap up with a graduation call. We will also invite people who are not part of the program to attend the graduation call to cover what we have achieved, and the chapter director of Women in Games Asia will be giving the keynote speech, which is Kahui. All right, and lastly, as mentioned, we partnered with other organizations within the region, such as MDEC. We also partnered with Outcrowd Malaysia for Level Up Play and Level Up KL to run a networking program, networking meetup, as well as a panel. And the passes to Gamescom as well as Level Up were provided FOC to the cohort of the program. Where's the mouse? There it is. Okay. And at Gamescom, we had another networking event that was hosted by Xbox. So thanks Xbox for that. We had a booth, and we also did a panel as well. So all of this was courtesy to Gamescom Asia and their support for the mentorship program as well as Women in Games. So big thanks to these event organizers for partnering with us. And the program could not be possible without the people who partnered, the organizations that supported us. BGBG is a grassroots community based here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, that advocates for social change, and they are the ones who are hosting our webinars, so big thanks to them. And just to close off, the program still hasn't wrapped up yet. As mentioned, we still have a webinar next week and the graduation call once we close off the program. But what's coming up next is that we're probably going to get feedback from the cohort on how to make the program better. if we're going to do another iteration of the program, we will probably target a different target audience, maybe people who are mid-career and looking for the next step in their games industry career. Maybe widen the region to outside of Southeast Asia to other regions within Asia, and also grow our team to help manage the bigger scope. And yeah, that's the end of my presentation. If you would like, please do follow us at linkedin.com/companies/Women in Games Asia, and also, yeah, you can scan the QR. I'm going to open the floor to questions if you guys have anything.
Thank you so much. Does anyone have a question? We actually have a decent chunk of time. Does anyone want to ask? Oh, okay, here you go.
Hi, hello. Thank you for your presentation.
No worries.
I was just wondering, like, is your mentor-mentee program is very role-specific, or is more like a general support system for the women in the game industry? It's like how like certain people has their role, like maybe 3D artists, concept artists, or game dev, programmers, and sort of stuff. Are they very focused on their roles, or is more of a support? Thank you.
Right, thank you for the question. Yeah, that's a very good question. It is, for this first iteration of the program, it's less to do with a particular role or a particular department. It's more of a general support program where it is focused mostly on what the mentee wants to achieve in terms of their career goals. So yeah, we have had mentees who come up to us and their goal is to land a job within the games industry, like in a concept artist role or a marketing role or project manager role. Yeah, some of them wanted advice on the game that they were building. Like they wanted to start their own games company, their own indie studio, so they needed just a bit more guidance on how to make the game and market the game. And that's where the mentorship perspective came in to help support them. So yeah, hope that answers your question.
Do we have any more? Oh, okay. Give me a second.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Okay, so my question is, as a girl, as a woman, some young women, some young girls, they want to start to develop their own games, but some of them might be a little bit scared because, you know, the games, like in this game world, game developers is just more like to guys who develop the games. So how does this mentor and mentee can do for to give like advices to the young women, to the young girls, for them to have their beliefs that they can develop their own games? Thank you.
Yep, thank you for the question. Yeah, I do think that having a mentor can help you build the confidence to venture out into the games industry and create your own game, mostly because a mentor can be part of that support network that you keep around you. I think it's very important that everybody has like a support network of people that they can rely on, friends, family, reliable colleagues. But yeah, a mentor can offer that unique perspective from somebody who has more experience within the industry. And yeah, they can give you support and kind of like cheer you on from using that perspective. Yeah. Also speaking as somebody who has been mentored before, yeah, like a mentor can also help you tap into their network as well, because they're more established within the games industry. So I suppose the more people that you know through your mentor's network, the more that you build your own network, maybe that can also help you gain the confidence and experience that you need. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I can do like an entirely different talk about like confidence and breaking out into the industry and, you know, making a mark, but that's like a completely separate topic. But I kind of like do encourage people to step into the industry if you really have like a vision of what you want to do. It's it's worth the risk to venture out. But if we're going to run this mentorship program again, yeah, I do hope people can benefit from it. in terms of like, yeah, building that confidence to break into the industry and realize the vision that they have for a game. Does that answer your question? I'm so sorry. Kind of rambled a bit.
Okay. Oh, okay. We can do one more. Actually, okay. Never mind, we can do two more at least.
I just want to do a quick one. Aisyah, just like congrats on all the success so far. You know, like you have some amazing folks at the Women in Games mentorship program, and all I've heard are amazing success stories. I think we have a couple of the mentors here in the room and a couple of the mentees here at the show as well. This is such an important program, especially here in Southeast Asia. Just a quick one for you, Aisyah, is
Sure.
how you have publishers here, you have game developers here, you have folks in the media here at the event. How can we help support the Women in Games chapter, but specifically the mentorship program moving forward? Is there any other parts of this master plan that we could really help on the ground with as well?
Oh, wow. That's a very good question. Maybe, yeah, we can talk a bit on the side again on like how the nitty gritty on the sort of support that, that we can ask. But thank you very much for extending your support. I really appreciate that, Arif. Yeah, I guess off the top of my head, just talking about it, the coverage, just spreading the word that this program exists, that Women in Games Asia exists, that we are encouraging more diverse voices within the games industry, and that we're here to help, we're here to support. That's kind of, yeah, I think that's one really great way that the media can help. In fact, for our closing ceremony, the graduation ceremony, we were thinking of inviting just some select media partners just to help write about the program. And hopefully for the next iteration, it will be more established and we'll be able to help more people and run the program more smoother kind of thing. But yeah, spreading the word and giving the expertise, that will be very helpful. Thank you, Arif.
I believe we have room for one last question. Does anyone want to tap into that? No? Yes? No? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, by the way.
Thanks so much. Thank you for listening, guys, and have a good day.